So I just stumbled upon this online file converter that claims to be truly universal. I mean, how often do you find something that converts an AVI video to a PDF?
Wait, seriously. That sounds almost too good to be true. Most converters only stick to similar formats.
Exactly, this one called ConvertToIT promises to convert anything to anything. The catch is, it might not always get the output right.
That's interesting, but how does it handle security? I'd be cautious uploading sensitive files online.
Great point, it doesn't require uploading files to a server, which is a huge plus for privacy. It processes everything locally.
Oh, that's a game changer. So it's like having a powerful tool right on your device.
Exactly, you just drag and drop your file, pick the format you want, and hit convert. Simple, right?
Yeah, but what about the formats it supports? I bet there's a limit.
Definitely a limit. They mention not being able to support every format under the sun, which is realistic.
So they want users to actually research and submit requests for new formats. Does that really work?
Well, they emphasize submitting meaningful requests, like not just saying add this format, but explaining how it works.
That's actually smart. It filters out half-baked ideas and allows them to focus on real needs.
Right, but it's also a bit of a double-edged sword. Users might get frustrated if their requests aren't prioritized.
For sure. And I can see how that could lead to some pretty interesting debates among users.
Speaking of debates, they also have a pretty strict bug reporting system. You can't just say something doesn't work.
I can understand that. They want clear, actionable feedback, not just complaints. Makes sense.
Yeah, but it also puts a lot of responsibility on the user to provide detailed info.
True, so it's not just about convenience. Users need to engage actively.
Exactly, there's an element of community contribution, which is pretty cool.
I wonder if other platforms could adopt this model. It could lead to more tailored tools.
That's a fascinating thought, but it might also lead to a lot of noise if everyone starts requesting everything.
Yeah, and it could overwhelm developers. It's a balancing act between user input and practicality.
Right, plus implementing new formats is a hefty task. It's not like flipping a switch.
Exactly. Each format has its nuances, and the devs need to understand them fully.
Speaking of nuances, they mention that treating files as media, not just data, is crucial.
That's such an insightful distinction. It really shifts the perspective on how we view file conversions.
Right? It's like when you think of an image file as more than just pixels, it's a piece of art.
Exactly. And that can affect how the conversion process is designed.
So it's not just about making something work, it's about respecting what it represents.
I love that. It speaks volumes about the future of digital tools and our relationship with them.
Totally, but it also raises questions about the limitations of such tools. Can they really handle everything?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We might be oversimplifying how complex file formats can be.
Exactly, and what about the edge cases? Those are where things could get messy.
For sure, it could lead to unexpected outputs, and users might not be prepared for that.
That's why having that clear feedback system is so important. It helps everyone learn.
Definitely. It creates a feedback loop that can ultimately improve the tool.
Right, so if you're going to use a tool like this, prepare to engage and be patient.
Exactly. And it makes me wonder about other platforms that could benefit from a similar model.
Totally, but it needs a solid foundation to avoid chaos. Balancing user needs with feasibility is key.
Absolutely. It's like finding the right ratio between innovation and practicality in tech.
And that's a challenge all developers face. How do you envision the future of file conversion?
I see it evolving into more user-centric models, but it'll take time and a willingness to adapt.
Exactly, and with tools like ConvertToIT paving the way, we might just see that shift sooner than later.
I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. This is definitely a space to watch.